Meanwhile, at the Hall of Cage.
This is my snakeskin jacket, and for me, it's a symbol of my individuality and belief in personal freedom.
Oh God, not the bees.
Killing me won't bring back your goddamn honey.
What do you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna save the fucking day.
How absurd.
Why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box?
How absurd. I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence. How absurd.
How, in the name of Zeus's butthole, did you get out of your cell?
How absurd.
What's in the bag? A shark or something?
How absurd.
Well, I think you better pull the trigger, because I don't give a fuck.
How absurd.
I never disrobe before gunplay.
How absurd.
It's a bunch of just silly bullshit, though.
Yeah. I mean, mine mostly is too. But that works for us here because welcome everyone to Caging Greatness, the show where we discuss the films.
It's almost like the Doppler effect of just cannon.
The show where we discuss the films of Nicolas Cage and how, and this is very relevant to this episode, Thomas Jefferson was a massive prick. I, of course, am your host, Justin, also known as Shimmy. I'd like to take a moment to apologize for the audio issues last week. That was my fault for wheezing into the mic because of this sinus infection. Hopefully, we'll avoid that this episode. And if not, well, fuck.
I will say, I did listen to that episode, and I feel like I got hit the hardest out of that one. I would have dealt with all the wheezing in the world, but everything that I said sounded... It's because of that. God, I love that mic to death. It is obviously not a podcast mic. I'm going to fix that in the very near future, by the way.
It was your mic.
But it sounded like I was literally in a tin can.
Yeah, well, I mean, your volume was pretty low anyway compared to the rest of us, so it didn't work well. But yeah, it was unpleasant. But you know, we got through it, and it was all still
a really
audible.
good episode.
Yeah, I mean, you could hear everything. And I'm telling you, I heard the raw files. That wheezing, it was so much worse.
Really?
Yeah, it was bad because I was
whatever
right up in the mic. It was not good.
Take it however you will. I didn't notice it while we were recording, so yeah. But I know the mic probably did.
Yeah, no, because I was too close to the mic. That's my fault. Anyway, here we are on Caging Greatness.
All good, bro.
And as always, I have my erstwhile co-hosts, recently returned from a documentary on the ongoing practice of torturing new recruits at the famed Cardinals baseball team. Documentary is called Hazing Arizona. To my right, we have Jonathan.
Hi. And I only got one message for our audience.
Uh-oh.
You think you have a 50-50 chance against me, but what you fail to consider is I have one pants shitted, hogs cranked, Deborah left, Peterbilt gassed, ass wiped, libs own, bottom text.
Did you write that? Did that come from your brain?
What in the ever-loving fuck just happened?
I need answers.
I don't like this.
Jonathan has now turned purple. They are laughing uncontrollably now.
I love how Jonathan popped so hard for the run
That
joke.
was great, though. I mean... I appreciates it. Oh, no.
I broke the mic now.
We cannot go on
to-
without a microphone
no.
getting detached from something.
Now, to
Everything's
ruin that
terrible.
last 5 minutes by explaining the bit, I saw one of those like parody posts of like those like boomer memes with like Sam Elliott's face, but it said what I'd said. Like the pants shit.
Like from the Big Lebowski? Like that?
Yeah.
Good
Thank
Lord.
you. Sorry. Oh, well, we got a story for you after we talk about the movie. Remind us later.
Can we finish the intro?
Yeah,
Yes, we can.
After you do the intro, you can tell the story.
No.
God damn.
Who else is here?
Oh,
Otto, how you doing, bud?
yeah, it's
He
me.
didn't think it was funny, but
Yeah, it's me, Pat, who gets crippled with laughter over the dumbest shit.
It's not inaccurate.
Oh, it's canon, and since I keep forgetting to do my bit, we're here to figure out if this is a good Nick Cage movie or a bad Nick Cage movie. I'll keep it simple on that one.
Oh, God.
And I already popped open my beer. I'm sorry.
Already, we haven't even gone off the rails. There's just no rails to be
No,
there.
we haven't even built them yet.
Yeah.
but we can
God.
always get back on the rails.
And we
It's
we
okay.
will.
We
This
will.
is the new and improved Caging Greatness, where we actually try to talk about the thing that we're here to talk about.
Fucking version 2.0.
Also, real quick, want to make a quick shout out to our friend, nicknamed Ebob, who complained about the Raising Arizona show, as mentioned previously, but also B, was the person who bought our Right to Bear Arms design.
Hell yeah.
So he actually he messaged me and said, "Oh, you complained that I was complaining, but you didn't say that I bought your shirt." I said, "Well, it's because I don't get the information of the people who purchase our shit. That would be a breach of data, I think."
Yeah. But now that we know,
Yeah. Now that we know.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
and we hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
And also a quick note about these tpublic.com/user/caging greatness shirts.
Yep.
And all the TeePublic designs. When you wash them, you want to turn them inside out to protect the design. That goes for any shirt that has a screen printed logo or anything on the front,
Yes.
because that will protect the design. It's a instruction on most tags. And especially for certain types of printing, like the type used in TeePublic, or like on your Nick Cage shirt that you have, Canon.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you turn those inside out before you wash them. You can also hang them to dry. I hear that helps also. But yeah, I've turned all my stuff inside out and in the dryer, and it seems fine. I just use a low heat. And so yeah, just quick PSA for any of you that buy our merchandise at tpublic.com/user/caging.
This has been your merchandise care minute.
right.
But the thing is, you say it's on the back of the tag, but that requires reading.
Yes,
and reading's
yes, it
for
does.
squares.
Interestingly enough, that Cage shirt that I bought, I have purchased, I mean, not a sponsor, a lot of shirts from Ripped Apparel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've purchased many shirts from them.
Yeah, no, they've got some good stuff on there.
Granted, I know that those shirts need to be inside out when you wash them. I don't really follow that rule often, but I find it baffling that the first one I get, the last one I got was that Cage shirt, and then one wash, and it's not completely destroyed, but it's definitely got some damage to it.
It does give it that distressed look that's so popular among the kids these days, though.
I guess so. I guess you really can't tell from far away, but I know.
Because even
So
like
that's the only thing that matters.
I pretty much wear exclusively pro wrestling t-shirts because I love wrestling, and
Same.
I got a bunch of shirts. And
We're both wearing wrestling-related shirts that are in the same fucking color scheme,
right,
too.
right. You've got the the demo god, the
Demo
Jericho,
God,
yeah, and I've got my classic Clobber in Time CM Punk shirt.
Both pro wrestling tees?
Yeah, and actually, yesterday was the 20th or the 10th anniversary of the Pipe Bomb promo.
I believe so,
Yeah.
yes.
So, but like even these, it's not the first wash, but it's several washes in. They do start to, even when you turn them inside out, they'll start to chip a little bit. They'll fade. That's just the way
Character,
of
though.
things. Yeah, it is character. It's a
Little
shirt that you
cracks
love.
in it and whatnot. I actually kind of dig that.
Yeah, like my Cactus Jack shirt has a couple little moth holes around the tummy area,
Yeah.
and I'm going to replace it eventually, but it's still fine.
I still need
Might
a
use
good,
that for a Foley cosplay or something.
I still need a good OG Cactus Jack shirt.
Yeah,
I know he sells them.
Yeah, they're
I
on
really
Pro
wanna
Wrestling
get one.
Tees, I'm pretty sure.
It's funny though, like strangely enough, I bought a Pro Wrestling Tee CM Punk shirt at Hot Topic, and it was like buy one get two free like bargain rack they had, right? So I bought them, and I took a gamble. I knew like Hot Topic shirts, the XLs, they still run a little snug on a guy with a front butt like mine. So I bought that Pipe Bomb shirt, and it's funny enough, this was like a couple of weeks before the anniversary of the Pipe Bomb, and I put it on when we are in Birmingham, and it looked like you put a fucking ham in some pantyhose. It was just like CM Plump, more like it. Just
you guys dropped a bunch of our podcast cards up there.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I fucking put them everywhere. We put them in the elevator. We
put them on the table. We put them in like picture frames.
To any new listeners who might be from Magic City Con, hello, welcome. We will get to the movie any minute now, promise.
Yes.
In fact, we're going to do it right now. We had that side thing to make sure that you take care of your merchandise and all of your shirts, especially those bought at tpublic.com/user/caging-greatness.
And if you did in fact find one of those cards at Magic City Con, please leave a comment. Let us know. If you found those deep, soothing eyes of Nick Cage floating about in Birmingham that particular weekend, let us know.
Drop us a comment on Facebook, on Instagram. Leave us a review on the Apple Podcast app, because that's a review. Just don't cuss on it, because they won't show up.
Yep.
And we can't read them on the show.
Sorry, friend of the show, Joe.
Yeah, so...
Also, if you're any authority member who found those cards at Magic City Con, don't listen.
It wasn't
don't.
us.
Like,
that was all you can hear.
yeah.
They left
We are
us.
actually Men in Black, and we have neuralizers. Please stare into this light bulb on this non-video podcast.
You know,
Right.
Actually, it just blinks everybody's memory.
Shit, I didn't put on my sunglasses.
Oh, shit, I forgot my
Who
mom.
are you people?
I forgot my mom's birthday.
What are we doing here?
Fun stuff.
Okay.
Right. So, if you're listening to this on the day it releases, or the day after it releases, or up to 4 days after it releases, this episode is our special Independence Day episode. It's not about Independence Day. It is about National Treasure. Actually, one of my favorite Nicolas Cage movies.
Really?
Legitimately. It's fun. It's lighthearted. It's like adventure-y. I really enjoy it. So, as we usually do, I'm not going to say always, because fuck, no river long enough doesn't contain a bend. That's not the point. As we usually do, we'll go around, everybody gives a rating, just a brief review, and then we'll get into the meat of the movie, right? The meat.
Yeah, we're going to bury our heads into the fetid guts of this movie.
We're just going to grab the meat of it, just
Man, and just like take out the potatoes and dip them in the meat drippings and
What's taters, precious?
Potatoes!
Boil them, mash them,
Stick them in a stew.
I love the scared / incredulous way Gollum says taters in that movie.
Oh, so fun.
What is taters? Precious.
So, Gollum.
Yes, precious.
don't make me take back my promise I made to you.
Wait, what?
that canon with White's sending Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay.
You need to watch it. Like, I'll watch it with you. Let's
Yeah.
fucking do it. Let's do a day.
Like, if we get to Fellowship of the Ring and you're just like, this just is not my bag.
Yeah, no, that's
Because like historically, that's the one I watched and was like, this is not my bag. But that was a long time ago. So
I would say halfway through Two Towers.
Yeah, once
Like-
Helm's Deep starts
Yeah.
and shit, yeah.
If you get to the second disc of Two Towers and you still don't care, that's where you need to jump off.
But we're still going to watch the rest. You
Damn
can
right.
Wait.
I want to be here for that. I've got 13 hours on a Sunday. Let's do it.
Let's go. Anywho.
National Treasure.
National Treasure. I really like this movie. I don't know if I have anything profound to say about it. I do have a couple hot takes, but like, I don't know. It's really like fucking solid movie. Like nothing amazing, but nothing like horrible. Gave it 3.5 stars. And honestly, who needs Uncharted movie? We got this.
It's fair.
Nathan Drake, more like Nathan Fake.
Waka waka. Pat, what about you?
Oh, well, I enjoyed myself. It was like what we said. It's a fun, solid adventure movie. Like nothing like hair raising, but it's still engaging. I lost my train of thought. No, but it's a good time. It definitely feels like this is like perfect family adventure movie. It's like something anybody can enjoy. We don't get like the raging Cage in it, but that's okay. He's still good at in an understated role. I gave it 3.5 stars.
Nice. And there are a couple moments where he goes full Cage. Just like one or two. At
We
least
just
like,
half-cocked Cage.
yeah.
But I mean, it's the movie is like a really awesome D&D campaign that goes on a little too long. because I think it's a little bloated.
But
I mean, it's not the end of the world, but like,
right? That's knowing.
Yeah, that wow, that's galaxy brain joke right there. That worked on multiple levels.
I'm pretty great. Canon
can't cage his greatness.
Can't do it.
I said the thing.
I actually saw this movie way back when in 2004 when it hit theaters. Apparently it came out the day after my birthday in 2004. I don't know if I saw it directly after my birthday. Probably did, because Grenada, there's nothing to fucking do there but go to that shitty theater they had. But anyway, I enjoyed it then. I've seen it on TV and movie channels like at least a handful of times since, and it's been a long time since I've seen it. And like Justin said, it's very like a lighthearted feel to an action movie. I mean, it is an action movie, like action, like light. But there's a lot of things I noticed about it on this viewing that I never picked up on like other times. But strangely enough, I also gave it 3.5 stars.
Okay.
And Nick Cage's performance, I will say, he does do a good job on the Cajun greatness curve of performances. I actually really dug his stuff in this one.
Yeah. Also, are we going to brush past the fact that like Cannon was talking British there for like 5 seconds and then eased back in?
Wait, I did?
Yeah. No, you
also,
okay, I'm glad I'm not crazy, because if y'all had turned to me and said, "What the fuck?" I would have had an existential crisis.
Also, fuck right on off. I still want an Uncharted movie. And I know it's happening, and I just don't want it to suck. Even though it's probably going to suck.
I hope it doesn't.
I don't want it to suck, though.
It's just going to be a little twink adventure, Tom Holland stumbling around in the dirt, and Mark Wahlberg not having a mustache.
I mean, he better have a fucking mustache in this fucking movie, at least in one frame of the goddamn thing.
Or can we just like get rid of Mark Wahlberg because he's kind of a douche?
Maybe yes, maybe no, maybe fuck yourself.
Also, play Uncharted. Uncharted is a really excellent series, especially the second game. The second game is very poggers.
I still need to play that.
Any of them? Or
yeah, I never played any of them.
The Uncharted series is probably my favorite game series of all time.
Huh.
They're legit good.
I guess at least in the action adventure genre, I suppose, my favorite.
Yeah, people will complain it's like playing a movie, and my point is that's the point.
God, those cutscenes are great, though.
Yeah.
God, they're fan-fucking-tastic. I still watch them even when I play them again.
It's fair.
For the most part.
I mean, I have them. They were like a PlayStation Store thing for the whole set. It was all free. I've got them. I just hadn't gotten around to it.
Oh, man. Most definitely recommend.
But National Treasure. There you go. You're doing your gimmick.
Yeah.
I really love National Treasure. I really love that Cannon slipped into a British accent for about 5 seconds.
That I immediately forgot, apparently.
Right.
I was just like,
well, guess I'm going to do it.
Right. Well,
and then you slipped back into it? Like,
yeah. No, it was super eased into. Like, it was like, yeah, no, that's what I've been saying, mate. You know, and then just come right back out of it.
Like
not
Australian?
Even missing a beat. I mean, it was a little cockney.
I think he got.
We're not talking about the fucking movie. Frank, where'd you come from?
Now, see,
I'm in the corner of the
I
whole
was
pond.
thinking Cannon just got overshadowed by local bully victim Colin Firth.
Yeah, no, we have shit on Colin Firth a few times.
We like bully Colin Firth on a couple episodes.
Wait, what?
You were there for that.
Yeah.
You don't remember that bit where we like bullied Colin Firth?
Yeah.
It's like a haze of a memory.
I wonder why.
The name of a shapeless sphere.
Justin.
Yes.
What did you think of the movie?
Well, Cannon, I think it was really good. I gave it 4.5 stars. I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I really like this movie.
Yeah?
It's a fun adventure romp You know, there are a lot of like action adventure movies that are thrillers that like get your heart pumping, but not in a good way. Like you're anxious for the main character, or maybe that's just me and my mental illness. I don't know. But at no point in this movie am I ever worried about anything going on because it's a Disney action adventure movie, and those are some of the best. It's just fun. You know, it's a romp. That's the best way to describe it. It's a romp.
You don't ever have to worry about something going wrong because you just focus on the fun.
Right.
Nothing bad happens to you in a Disney movie.
No, like everyone's going to be fine. Even Sean
I mean, if you're a fucking parent.
No, see, it always happens before the movie starts.
Yeah, like if you make it out of the first 5 minutes, you're fine. Like even Sean Bean survived this.
Yep.
Like that right there should tell you Sean Bean surviving a movie.
Straight up, nobody dies in this movie.
So
one person died. One person.
Yeah, one guy who fell.
Oh well,
Sean.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he did.
Most definitely.
Fake Cesaro fell to his death.
But yeah, I gave it 4.5 stars. I like on a 10-star scale. This would have been probably a 7.5 or an 8. But on a 5-star scale, I feel like 4 is not good enough. Like 4.5 for me. I really like this movie.
Yep.
Yeah, I've always remembered enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean it's just fun. It's inoffensive. You know, not like in a politically correct way, but just like it doesn't overwhelm you at any point. It's just a good, solid movie.
It's just like a warm blanket of a movie.
Yeah, it's a comfort movie. That's all they set out to make, and they did phenomenal. It's like the first Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yep.
Also, what was this movie rated?
It has to be like no more than a PG.
Yeah, like I don't think it's PG-13.
They didn't like cuss.
Because for some reason in my brain it's PG-13, but like the longer on, I was like, I don't think there's anything in this movie that would warrant it to be a PG-13. It had to have been PG.
Like I don't.
Well, I mean, if it was PG-13, it was only that for marketing reasons.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah, because like I was thinking about it because like Pirates of the Caribbean. Like that was like the first one that I can remember was like, oh, holy shit, it's a Disney movie that's rated PG-13.
Yeah, because there's like violence and kind of like spooky shit in it, and like kind of titties.
Kind of titties.
There's kind of titties in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, when like Keira Knightley has like her boobs all mashed up in the bodice.
National Treasure is a PG movie.
Okay, that makes sense. Lots of bullets, no blood.
Yep.
I mean, I don't even think anybody gets shot, really.
And the lighting is just like the West Wing.
And Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl is a PG-13 movie.
Oh, edgy.
Oh wow,
that was the year before this movie, or 2
Pirates
years
of the
before
Caribbean.
I think so. Yeah.
This was 04, if I remember.
Yeah,
correctly.
it was about this because like Pirates of the Caribbean 2 was like 2008. And Pirates of the Caribbean 1 was like around 2004.
Yeah, I want to say it's 2004. So the movie opens with the last surviving signer of the Declaration of Independence dying on his way to tell a secret about the treasure.
A secret?
And what I appreciated about a lot of this movie is that the historical accuracy is actually pretty good, aside from the crazy conspiracy. Yeah, the conspiracy theory shit. But like the dates are accurate. And that's important to me because the dates of things are important because that's when they fucking happen. Which reminds me of my least favorite commercial in the world, and I'm going to tell you about it now. Are you ready?
Okay.
It's a Bacardi commercial. You know, like the rum Bacardi commercial. And it opens and it has a soldier, a 1901 soldier, because the little tag underneath says 1901. And he's like, Teddy Roosevelt and the Rough Riders, we were in Cuba for the revolution and they showed us how to do rum and coke, right? I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he means.
Yeah.
But in 1901, Theodore Roosevelt was the goddamn president of the United States, depending on when it is, because McKinley got shot and died while Teddy was vice president. The War of Cuba, like Roosevelt was gone by 1899. He was mayor of New York, right? So all they had to fucking do, Bacardi, is Google the goddamn dates. But instead they put 1901. I was with Teddy Roosevelt and the Rough Riders. No, the fuck you weren't unless you were hanging out in the White House, you ass. It makes me angry.
Now, see, the only reason Jimmy's angry is that because, like, his fandom for Teddy Roosevelt. If it was any other U.S. president, like, fuck that bitch.
No, like, if it was any date, I would be mad. Not as mad, but I would be mad. But you're right. I do love me some Teddy Roosevelt. I really do.
I love how you, a card-carrying member of the Straight Edge Society, is the first thing you start talking about is a fucking booze commercial.
Look,
I get why you told the story though, but you got to see the irony.
I do. I don't care if other people drink. I don't drink. I enjoy Coca-Cola, but
It's great.
I'm definitely not going to ever recommend or support any alcohol company that can't bother to fucking Wikipedia a date.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if the alcohol company gives to like homophobic charities. It's like, if they don't know their goddamn dates, fuck them.
Does Bacardi do that?
No, I was just making a point.
Okay. Because I haven't looked into it farther than that one commercial and then my unyielding rage.
I will say, I have to say this before we continue. Did anyone notice who played the young Thomas Gates who got the secret message at the very beginning of the movie?
Kid looked familiar.
Jason Earls.
You said that like we should have gone ooh and ah.
I know, but it was that kid who was like Hannah Montana's best friend. The guy who's been playing a kid, and even though he was born in 1977. It's this kid. I'm sorry, no one can see this but us, but him.
Oh, yeah. Wait, no, he's the guy who played her brother.
Huh.
No, like, that was young Thomas Gate at the very beginning of the film.
No, but he played...
Oh, that was a brother? I didn't watch the show.
Yeah, he played her brother. But yeah, like to your point, like he was in like his 30s when he played like a 18-year-old in that show.
Also, in my new segment where Cannon finds S.H.I.E.L.D. actors in other properties.
That does seem to happen a lot.
Cannon is just like a whip at just like detecting like obscure character actors.
I am. I'm pretty good at that shit. He played that little skinhead neo-Nazi in that Vic Mackey interrogated in that one episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
The one with the stuff and the things?
Yeah, the stuff and the things.
The stuff and the things.
But I saw that and I was just like, wait a minute, that's that fucking guy. And I looked it up and it was that fucking guy.
Well,
But the thing is,
you can find him on Twitter at that fucking guy.
internally, I'm doing the same thing you're doing, but for like characters in Mulholland Drive, I've just been seeing them so much. They're in the S.H.I.E.L.D., they're in this movie. I'm like, why? I can't escape this movie.
Well, I noticed two guys. One of the FBI agents was Mark Pellegrino.
That guy.
Yeah, he was Lucifer on Supernatural.
Yep.
He was Jacob on Lost.
He was the hitman in Mulholland Drive.
And then the older black security guard for the Declaration of Independence also played the not Jamaican butler in Wedding Crashers.
Yes. And also, and I'm sorry, I don't have his name in front of me, but the surprise motherfucker from
Dexter. Yeah, I was like, is that the same guy? Holy shit, it's the same guy.
It is. Because I looked up the cast beforehand, and I was like, wait, he's in it? Where? And then I was like, oh, there he is. Whoop, there he is. Whoop, there he is. Sorry.
And now everybody in this table will now receive a no prize.
Excuse the fuck out of me. And let me talk about Bacardi for 5 minutes. No,
That was a solid like 2.5 minute
I
rant.
know,
But I can keep going if you want me to.
Hey, we can talk about stupid commercials later. That's
Yeah.
fine. I'm game.
Stay tuned for after the credits
After
for more commercial
post show where we talk about dumb ass commercials.
Right. So you know how in a different Nicolas Cage movie, The Rock, the general fan theory and headcanon for even the directors is that he teams up with Sean Connery, who is actually the original James Bond.
Yes.
Okay. In my headcanon for this, Sean Bean's character is still just 006 from GoldenEye, and he survived.
Oh,
And now that's like, in a past life, I did blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that was right before you faked your death against Pierce Brosnan.
oh my God, I would like to change my score now. 2.5 stars. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, no.
Actually, the GoldenEye video game was my first exposure to Sean Bean.
That movie was my first exposure to Sean Bean, I believe.
I played the game before I saw the movie. Like many youngsters at the height of the N64.
Oh, yeah.
Also, if you were at a party that played GoldenEye and one person chose to play Odd Job exclusively, then they were a shit.
Fuck that guy.
Even today, I have a coworker. Whenever they get together, that he plays Odd Job, and it's like, it's like, oh no, every character is frank. No, this character is explicitly broken. That's why nobody can play as him.
Yeah, no. Anyone who plays his Odd Job out there, fuck you.
And then act like they're a whiz at GoldenEye when they only play at Odd Job. That's bullshit.
No, I'm just playing Odd Job with the golden gun. You know what? You go to hell.
We're just having fun here, guys. Fuck you.
Go to hell and you fucking die.
And plus, like, he's shorter than the rest of them.
The hitboxes are actually smaller. fucking odd job players.
Yeah, grievances for a 1990s party game.
Yeah.
I was too young for that.
So, National Treasure.
Clapper was invented in 2001. Jesus.
God damn it.
Y'all are never gonna let me live that down.
You're goddamn right we're not.
2001?
2001.
Jeez. When was it again? 83?
84.
Oh.
Yeah, this was before we were born. To anyone wanting to hear our thoughts on the movie, going to have to probably preemptively apologize.
Nope, sorry. Let's go.
Because this is another one of those Raising Arizona situations where it's a really good movie. It's a fun movie. Most people have seen it. We're not going to add anything new to the conversation.
Oh, we can squeeze some juice out.
We're going to talk about it, but I just it's not.
We're going to talk about all of our bits during the movie.
All of our bits.
It's probably going to be a shorter episode, and we're probably not going to have a hell of a lot to say about the movie. But we're trying.
I don't know. I got a good bit to say about the movie. Look
Also,
at that.
they are still working on the third movie. That is confirmed. Yeah.
And they're working on a Disney Plus
A spin-off TV show, starring a young Latin American woman who's trying to find her family history.
Yep.
So a lot of Facebook is real fucking mad about it.
Yeah, because Comic Resources were kind of shits when they sort of phrased that in a way that was intentionally provocative.
Yeah, because even when I saw the headline, I was mad. So I was like, oh, they're doing a show, but there's no Nicolas Cage? What the fuck? That was my response. But then, you read the article, oh, they're still working on the movie. This is a spinoff, not a reboot. It's like, lead with that,
I was about to say, because from what I read, that the third movie was going to have the new character. But now I know that's a show.
They're two separate
they're two
National Treasure projects.
By the same producers and shit. But no, Comic Book Resources isn't exactly known as the bastion of fair and balanced reporting.
Oh,
I mean,
shocker.
it could be we got this covered.
Yeah, it's true. Ugh.
But that being said, I mean, with the existence of Disney Plus, why the fuck not?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. My biggest issue with it was no Nicolas Cage. And if you're going to do a spinoff show instead of a movie, then the obvious thing is to get the guy who played Riley, the sidekick, and just have him be the lead guy on the spinoff show.
It's National Treasure 2099, and in this future, Gates is printed on currency. It's Nick Cage's face on money.
I mean,
you'd give it 5 stars just for that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm super down for that.
I'll wager 100 shocking cages for this right now.
Come on.
So we still haven't talked.
Looples. Come get your
We're still not talking about the movie. Fuck.
Shit. Okay.
All right, so the movie.
Frank's unsubscribing right now. I'm not there, so they're not talking about the fucking movie.
Splart.
So
I'll wager 100 Klingons.
So Diane Kruger's in this movie, and she, I'm pretty sure her natural accent is very, very, very German.
Yeah, because she's German, right?
Very, very German.
Yep.
And so they don't do a huge job disguising that, but they cover it by saying she's a Pennsylvania Dutch. Now, I've never met a Pennsylvania Dutch, so I don't know if they sound German or not.
I've never met a singular Pennsylvania Dutch.
Not once.
Not one time.
I can't believe someone from Pennsylvania and Deutschland has never come to Alabama.
I'm just saying.
I feel like that's like a Midwest code for heroin or something.
No, I'm just saying, if you hear...
I want one Pennsylvanian Dutch, please.
If you hear a German accent, your first thoughts are not going to be Pennsylvania or Dutch. So I don't know why they... I mean, I get, because you can't have a German lady in charge of the Declaration of Independence in a Disney movie.
That would be sacrilege.
People would be pissed.
In America, where anybody can be anything, at least in theory, and the notion that's been propagated by the nation itself.
I can just hear the producers well, it's enough she has a vagina. You want her to be foreign too? In a movie about the Declaration? Yeah,
we can't have a crowd looking after the Declaration.
Just for the sake of continuity, I just want to ask this, for us and also for the listeners.
Sure.
Since this is Cajun Greatness 2.0.
It is.
In the last episode, we stuck pretty hard to talking about the movie, as events happen,
right,
pretty much the whole film.
Yeah.
We just skipped straight to mean Declaration lady.
Right.
Which is the best description. Her character name should have been mean Declaration lady.
That's what it says.
Well, that's because everything between hey, that kid from Hannah Montana and Mean Declaration Lady was, we're on a boat, which goes boom. So, I mean,
I did think it was funny that when they find the Charlotte, this I would say rather intact boat that's been sitting in like the Arctic wasteland.
Shockingly intact for something that keeps refreezing and unfreezing and refreezing.
Yeah, very stable, like just like perfectly level into. They go in there and like it's just like pretty like spookily lit, all blue and ghostly, and just like barrel after barrel of pristine, powdery, fluffy gunpowder.
Yeah, it was very, very lucky when they were all up there with their metal detectors, and then when the beeps got really beepy, and then they found the one spot that told them exactly what the ship was.
Yeah,
like the perfect spot that was like, it's a Charlotte.
The Charlotte.
Well, to be fair,
it's a charlatan, I tell you. Charlatan.
To be fair on that one, though, I wouldn't have expected the rest of the wooden ship to set off the metal detector. So
no, I just think it's
very convenient.
Funny. It's very convenient.
And then, like, I don't know how, like, what time passed, but after they get into it, you remember they come out when they're leaving, and half the fucking boat is exposed.
Yeah, like they just chipped away at it.
But like half the fucking boat is exposed. How long were they out there?
A while.
But it's
clearly they're in the Arctic Circle where the sun never sets.
Clearly,
because they're just like in this nondescript like Arctic wasteland.
No,
and then I do love how there's like a good like 10 minutes of Nicolas Cage just pontificating all the different meanings of like this like curious script that he finds on like the handle of a pipe.
Mm-hmm. Like this man would get gold in mental gymnastics.
You can actually see the gears turning,
like the algorithms and
just
the
floating in the head.
And then I'm just like, but how do you? It's movie.
Yeah.
Now back to the gunpowder though. I thought the same thing, and I did look this up.
Yeah.
And from everything I saw, provided the gunpowder was in a dry location, like a ship that clearly hadn't sunk, so it was probably still buoyant.
Yep.
There's no temperature issues with lighting gunpowder. So as long as it didn't get like soaking wet and then sat there as mush, it would still light.
Yep.
So as far as I can tell from how they set up, the gunpowder going kablooey was not out of the question.
I like to add milk to my gunpowder. It reminds me of oatmeal.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Creamy, almost gravel,
smoky.
What I like to do is take the gunpowder and mix it with the cocaine, and then snort that, just like Nicolas Cage in Lord of War.
That was the thing that happened in Lord of War.
I'm like, where was that from? And I was like, oh yeah, it was from that movie.
Yeah, it's from that movie.
It's a thing.
It's the only thing that gets him to normal these days.
Captain Shimmy, you don't do cocaine.
You're right. I don't want none part of that
Allegedly.
shit.
The cocaine.
My cocaine.
The cocaine.
And
and then we get our first little bit. I'm sorry.
I was going to say also, because Sean Bean is like his pal, his counterpart in this whole expedition, and I did love how he just makes his job so much harder for himself. It's like, I'm going to betray you now, 20 minutes into this movie, and just sort of just follow along with you, trying to catch up for the next hour and 45 minutes.
Oh, well, I mean, he's definitely not the brains of the operation.
Yeah,
but he is the bill.
He is the money of the operation.
It's like the one thing that I'm just going to go ahead and get it out of the way. The main trope of this film, it's like it's in a lot of other films. It's like, this treasure hunt. Oh, it's a clue that leads to another clue, another clue, another clue until we get, which is perfect for storytelling. But at the same token, if you're like coming from the perspective of the character, you got to be like frustrated, like, fuck, how are we not there yet? I'm tired of just finding these Post-it notes and say, go here.
Honestly, I feel that way towards the end of the movie. I'm like
that movie, like I said, I do enjoy this movie.
Yeah,
I love it for what it is, but that is one thing that frustrates me about it. Like, I know that's a bit, especially in like lost treasure, like treasure finding movies and shit like that.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh God, like when we do get to the end, I have a big one about that. It's just fucking insane to me.
Well, it's not a good movie to watch when you're tired, especially if you've already seen it.
Yeah,
because like by minute like by the hour 15 or so, you're like, okay, I know how the rest of this goes. Let's hurry the fuck up. Like, we can fast forward now.
Yeah.
I remember this bit. I'm very tired, So I get that. And also, Sean Bean, for being the villain and threatening lots of murder, was actually pretty tame as far as movie villains go. Because, like he didn't threaten the kid who had the letters from the Silence Do Good stuff. He gave him $100 for a single word. He had several opportunities to shoot people. Like, this guy's probably going to get in my way later. We should shoot him now. Like, no, every time he or his men shot, it was heat of the moment sort of thing.
Yep.
And he didn't kill anybody.
Sean Bean did nothing wrong in this movie.
I'm not going that far. I'm just saying, as far as villains go.
Yeah, on a sliding scale of evil, he didn't do that much.
Yeah, like he wouldn't really I wouldn't even say he was evil. He was just really greedy and willing to go way too far to get the thing he wanted.
Yeah. And can we talk, since we're talking about plans and stuff, the hero's plan is to do the thing that they refuse to do for the villain.
Yeah.
So like the villain comes to them and it's like, hey, steal the Declaration of Independence. No, okay? And then they fight, and then it's like the only way we can save the Declaration of Independence is by stealing.
Well, he was going to steal it the right way, with honor.
To be fair, he did go to every major law organization and try to tell them what was going to happen.
Yep, and they all laughed in their faces.
Yeah, because that's what Riley kept saying when they were talking to Mean Declaration Lady. Is like, that's where we lost the FBI. That's where we lost the Department of Homeland. Yeah. So they tried. Like, they tried real hard, but they knew that Sean Bean was going to get the Declaration, and once he was done with it, it would be destroyed. So the best way to keep it safe would be to steal it themselves so that they could also look for the treasure and keep the Declaration safe.
Since we are on that scene, I do want to say that is one of my favorite Nick Cage bits of the movie, when he is trying to explain what they're doing without explaining what they're doing.
Yeah, it's so good, isn't it?
I loved every bit of that, actually.
Yeah, I made a note during that scene, too, that like halfway nervous Cage doing his best is just so good, because he's so believable.
Yeah.
In such an unbelievable scene.
It's like, well, where'd you get this information from? A pipe. Well, can I see the pipe? Well, I don't have it. Well, where's it tell you to go? To steal the Decoration. Well, just spiral.
Yeah, did Bigfoot take it? Well, we've wasted enough of your time.
It's like straight up, like, have a good night,
how
madam.
Bigfoot's character. First of all, bitch. Second of all,
did Bigfoot take it? Somewhere my dad's like, what?
Cannon Senior just jerks alive.
But I can't remember if we've talked about that on the show or not. I don't know.
No, you talked about an AYCH. It's not on Cage.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yes, the other show that left all those cards at Magic City.
Wait a minute.
All that littering that was done for our show, weirdly enough. How crazy.
And again,
you can't distance yourself from the problem that you started.
And again, if you work there and you found them in the elevator, that wasn't us.
Nope, that was All You Can Hear podcast. I will say, like, the Cage's performance was really understated. A lot of this, like, it was very believable.
Yeah,
for an adventure movie like this, especially because he had Riley there, who was the silly guy. He could afford to be more straightforward, except for the one part in the scene at the big gala where they're stealing the Declaration, where he's talking about all the things that would have happened to the Founding Fathers if they had been caught. And then he lets himself go way more cagey, especially when he says, like, he's like, would have hanged, drawn, shot, drawn and quartered, and then, let's see.
Their guts torn out and set on fire.
Yeah, here's their entrails cut out and burned. Like, he just went full
and burned.
Right?
I still think that's
let
about
the
half.
mask crack just a little bit, and like
That's like half-cocked Cage.
Yeah, no,
That's not even like the same ballpark as
that's like
Cage.
a 10th Cage.
that was like him subtly flexing in a movie where he didn't have to flex.
Yeah.
And that was also right next to another thing I wanted to talk about, because you mentioned this during the movie, and I'm really curious. Nicolas Cage, in order to get down to the Declaration, steals Mean Declaration Lady's fingerprints, thumbprints specifically, by using a one finger of a latex glove. It seems like a thumb condom. He's using a thumb condom. And you told me that this is used in your particular area of work.
Yes.
In case of cuts and other boo-boos. And I've never seen them, despite working in that, because I worked at a certain grocery store when I was a younger man in produce. I was the assistant produce manager because no one else wanted the job because the produce manager was a dick. And so one of my jobs was to cut up the fresh fruit that's out on the shelves in this particular store, which I won't name, but it rhymes with Pin Bixie. And my job,
even then, only locals will know that chain.
Yeah, so I'm cutting up the fruit, and again, this is like 10 years ago, so it's not like last week. Don't worry. I'm cutting up the fruit, the watermelon, and we should have had chainmail gloves. We didn't have chainmail gloves because they were cheap, and I cut my finger, and I still have a scar. It goes from the middle knuckle to the end knuckle. It's just like slice it right open, bled all over the watermelon. And my manager, who again was a dick, grabbed the bowl of bloody fruit, washed it out, kept the fruit in the bowl, handed me a napkin and a sticker that says fresh fruit and said, wrap your finger in that and keep cutting.
Well, I'm sorry, but it sounds like that particular Den Pixie needs to be shut down.
Again, this was...
What the fuck?
Yeah, this was 10 years ago.
Gross.
And he just took the bowl from me and put it out on the shelves.
That's like all the codes at once.
Yeah. And I went to the store manager and said, this is what just happened. I don't know which bowl of watermelon this was. There's 6 out there, but we obviously can't sell those. But the produce manager was boys with the store manager. So he was like, no, you're fine. If you want to keep your job, just go back to what you're doing. And so I quit the next week. I just no-showed, went to the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So... Yeah, thumb condom would have been real nice.
Yeah, I still don't know what they're technically called. We just call them finger condoms.
Yeah,
you get
a
little
good name
nick,
as any.
you put a Band-Aid on it, you put that over it, and then you like keep going about your day.
Finger dong bags.
They feel weird. They're like really snug. Like I've cut my finger there a couple of times. I've had to use one, and like they're just like strangely snug. I'm like, I mean, it's doing its job, but at the same time, I'm like, this feels weird. I don't like it.
That's very fair. Very fair.
Necessary evil.
So yeah, don't go to the Pin Lixie near. Actually, no, they're probably fine now. That store manager got fired for theft, like embezzling theft.
Oh dear!
But I'm just imagining the opening scene from the rebooted Incredible Hulk, where you're trying to rush down the line to get that one drop of blood that hit on a Coke bottle, but apparently someone grabbed it just before you got there, and now they turn into shimmy when they get mad.
Well, if Bacardi would stop putting the wrong goddamn dates on their commercials,
they just shim out.
During the montage where they were planning out their scheme to get the declaration, there's a moment where Nick Cage is making himself a TV dinner, and he doesn't take a bite out of it. That wasteful bitch.
Well, to be fair,
how dare you, sir?
I mean, it did look like a shitty banquet dinner.
I mean, it looked like dog food.
He didn't even
restaurant.
stir it. Like it looked like spaghetti, and half of it was still
Look,
solid.
I know TV dinners are garbage. That being said, there used to be this Mexican food brand that had TV dinners. Haven't seen them in forever, and I just wish they still existed, because for what they were, I'd keep buying them.
There's the TV dinner that does like just the turkey and gravy.
Banquet?
I want to say, but just that turkey and gravy, the big one that's just turkey and brown gravy.
Yeah, like the family size.
Yeah, those are fucking delicious. I love it. I might get some of those this
I just
week.
imagine like a single family eating from a single giant banquet.
It's like I may or may not have, bought like a quote unquote family size lasagna of I don't know what brand, and cooked
Stouffer's.
it, and I don't know, maybe, and eaten it myself.
Yeah, no, I mean, I might have done that a few times. Another thing I like to think of in headcanon is that Harvey Keitel is still playing his character from Pulp Fiction. He's just the wolf retired from criminal shit, and now he works for the FBI.
He's also secretly a Freemason.
Which I forgot that Harvey Keitel was in this movie, and when I saw him, I got very excited.
Very excited.
In my pants. No, not in my pants.
No one look under the table.
He's just
It's like-
really horny for Harvey Keitel.
So horny for Harvey.
But then there's-
Hashtag horny for Harvey.
Be sure to.
Granted, depending on which Harvey you're talking about, you may not want that PR.
Yeah, go with horny for Cartel. Keitel.
Yeah, that one.
Why does horny for Harvey sound so much better?
Because of the alliteration.
Yeah,
so
the alliteration
I
helps.
say tweet both.
Hashtag alliteration rules.
Horny for Harvey and horny for Cartel. Just throw it out there and see what kind of hits you get.
I'm not horny for the cartel. I'm horny for Keitel. I'm not trying to get fucking whacked over here. Shit.
The fucking Cartel's like very nice.
This is how you get, the AYC8's edition of Narcos.
Yeah. You know who I'm not horny for in this movie? Jon Voight.
Jon Voight's a bitch in this movie.
Jon Voight's just a piece of shit. Like Jon Voight's like forget all the other people we've talked shit about, Forget Amber Heard. Forget the couple of mean things we said about Colin Firth that we walked back because Colin Firth is great.
No, Colin Firth is a good guy. We just decided to specifically to bully him.
All right. So
Forget the John Cusack shit. Jon Voight's a piece of shit.
all right, at this point, they have the declaration. Riley shot a fucking laser at it, and shit, we got to check on the declaration. It has a fucking fever, and so
because he has like a 1998 camcorder that shoots a fucking tactical laser sight out of.
I mean, it did look like it was tapped onto the camcorder,
Yeah, it
correct?
was.
If I remember correctly.
And then the old ass lady who's looking dead at the declaration.
Why did nobody notice the fucking green laser?
Because in movies, people can't see green lasers. Unless you're like Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Every person in this universe is red, green, colorblind.
Shout out to Workaholics fans out there if you got that bit. Sorry. But, point...
Yeah, what was your point?
Yeah, Catherine Zeta-Jones and Mask of Zorro.
Yes, exactly.
Ooh, boy.
We're going to watch those movies because...
Yeah, the Mask of Zorro is a fun movie.
Yeah, y'all remember when Michael Douglas said he got throat cancer because he kept going down on Catherine Zeta-Jones because they're married?
Yep.
It's actually about to leave...
Turns out Hank Pym eats more pussy than Batman.
But the point I was going to make, you said that Jon Voight was a bitch in this movie. I can confirm he's a bitch, right? When they show up to his house, Riley just sits his ass down and starts eating his fucking food. Eating a man's food that he just fucking met. Hey, bro, I'm going to eat your food. This pizza, I'm eating your fucking food.
To be fair, when they walked in,
Jon Voight got his pizza cut.
Now, when they walked in, are y'all ready for me to rain on your parade?
Why not?
He offered them some pizza.
When?
As they were walking in, he said, "Come in, make yourself at home. There's some pizza over there."
Okay, my head canon is Jon Voight got fucked.
You know what? In my head canon, he got pizza cucked. He got pizza cucked.
Dial 1-800-PIZZA-CUCK.
I don't care what you think.
Because this was the AYC8's cut where we just sort of delete any lines or scenes that
You don't agree with?
contradict our bits.
Well, to be fair, Thomas Jefferson did that with the Bible, so why don't we do that with
Yeah,
the
he made
movie?
his own Bible.
Yeah.
Oh, so this was part 2 of Nick Cage's strong starched collar game in this movie.
It was
his collar was on point.
God, he could
2 points that whole time.
He could fucking kill somebody with that.
That is a deadly weapon.
Yeah. But yeah, so they go in, they get Jon Voight, who's a bitch.
Pizza bitch. He got pizza cucked.
And then they get the Silence Do Good letters, and they find some glasses.
Well, they don't have the Silence Do Good letters because they were donated.
Right.
Well, they have to go to the house where they just all the tarps and just use a really implausible amount of just whole ass lemons in Jon Voight's refrigerator.
Yeah, he had a lot of lemons.
Does he have fucking scurvy?
It's like I
don't know about you, but I keep lemons all the time.
You just know how they just like looked at each other deep into their eyes. They were just like, "We need more juice. We need more heat. Let's fuck on the Declaration of Independence."
God, that fucking document would just crumble.
Yeah, that's the R-rated cut. See, that was in the original script. Disney said, no, you can't fuck on the Declaration of Independence.
Because the thing is, in the original script, it was not lemon juice.
Nope. So Nicolas Cage, several minutes later, is running.
Back in free speech jail.
Yep.
Now, John, which is more applicable to free speech jail? That pussy juice reference or the cornbread pussy that I made earlier?
Oh, fuck yours. Hands down.
See, the thing was, you made that like during the film, and I didn't catch it until like you had said it again. I was just like, cornbread pussy? What?
Pat said some fucking abhorrent shit. And I have the mouth of a goddamn sailor.
Yeah.
But this man with his whole ass fucking chest said something about cornbread pussy, and I just gagged.
You know what? It's funny that Pat, when we're not recording, is always like, well, we got to make sure we keep everything streamlined. It can't be going too crazy, and then this shit.
Well, see, the thing is, when we hit Cajun Greatness 2.0, so did I, bitch.
It's a Pat 2.0, bitch.
So now we're all leveling out to somewhere in the middle.
Yes.
Also, during that scene when they're at Bitch Voight's house, when he's like, I donated the letters to this museum, the level of petty from his son when he takes the glove that he has on and grabs it with his teeth by the middle finger and pulls it down. And I'm like, oh, that was like the closest thing that this PG Disney film got to an F-bomb, in my opinion. Because I was like, I seen what you did there. I don't think I didn't. Anybody else catch that?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Otto, did you catch
Pretty
that?
sneaky, sis.
What did Otto think of this movie?
Yeah.
Otto's been fucking happy for the past few weeks.
We've watched a lot of good ones, which means we need to watch Left Behind soon. We're gonna do it.
Oh, we're just gonna go straight down. We can't like. Come on, we can't wade into the deep end.
Nope.
Also, let me get warmed up first. Goddamn.
Also, you cannot fucking tell me that the following scene when they were shopping for clothes, that those little bits of the film when they were changing was not guest directed by Quentin Tarantino.
There was a lot of
Tell me I'm wrong.
There were a lot of feet.
Nick Cage is wearing black socks.
Diane
Kruger's not wearing anything.
Actually,
Diane Kruger was in Inglourious.
What if the shot of her feet is how she got cast in Inglourious Bastards?
Mother of God.
Oh my God!
My God!
What's fucking weird is that's very plausible.
That might be a thing.
No,
That might be a thing.
We just pulled our own national treasure here.
That's right.
Oh my God!
Did y'all see the fucking Oscars when Brad Pitt won for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and fucking Brad Pitt roasts the fuck out of Quentin Tarantino?
I didn't see that.
He was like, I'd like to thank my cast and crew. I'd like to thank Quentin, Leo, Margot Robbie's feet.
Is Quentin
and then it cuts to Tarantino, and he's just fucking fuming. He's like, all right, listen here, you little bitch.
Oh, man. Tarantino's not on Twitter, is he?
Probably not.
Oh, man, because I was going to legit ask him that question.
Oh,
if he was on there.
Like Tarantino's just sitting in his house with a National Treasure DVD, and he's like, "Yeah, Diane Kruger's gonna be my national pleasure."
Zing!
Oh God, no! Ugh, I feel gross.
Like he wouldn't. Like he's just like skulking like a goddamn vulture over like
goddamn Nosferatu.
It's like, I mean, Nosferatu sucked toes in that movie, so it's pretty close.
All right, Quentin Tarantino, if you're actually listening, we love you. Your movies are pretty great.
Don't fucking speak for me.
What? I mean, I love Tarantino, but he is definitely listening to our show, though.
Okay.
We have to
The one time he vanity searches the show, somehow this comes up. and we're just calling him like fucking Nosferatu. And
Like,
it's like,
I mean,
you want to suck little toes?
If we're going like vanity searching, well, I'll just go ahead and say it. What up, Baron Corbin? You bald bitch. See, even the dogs don't like you. They're upstairs barking right now.
Big Breakfast Corbin.
Tarantino's clearly a sleazeball. Like he's a bad person.
Oh yeah, hands down.
The weird thing about his movies, though, is I like about probably 40 to 45% of his movies, but not like as in I like this one, not that one. I mean like across his entire filmography, there's about 45% that I like. And then there's a lot of it that I just don't like or care about or even hate.
Just don't have a strong opinion.
I mean, yeah, it's anywhere from I didn't like this to I don't care about this. Like the last time I rewatched a Tarantino movie, it was Django Unchained, and I stopped about halfway through. I just didn't care.
Well, and that movie's really long too.
Yeah, and I love Christoph Waltz. I do not like.
That's honestly one of my favorites of his.
I don't like Jamie Foxx.
I mean, Jamie Foxx does fine.
I like Jamie Foxx's stand-up back in the day, but I don't like him in movies. He always feels like, even in fucking Amazing Spider-Man 2, he feels like he's trying to be much.
That's the example you throw.
No, I'm saying even in that movie, he feels like he's trying to be much cooler than his character actually is.
Oh God!
Like because when he was Daddy Warbucks in Annie, or like in Django Unchained, like he's just like. Yeah. In the movie, like, yeah, I'm sure I'm like in trouble right now, but I'm still the coolest man on this screen. And that's not how you like. It doesn't help the scenes. You know, there's supposed to be times where you're down or you're weaker than the person on screen. You know, you're not supposed to exude that try to exude that aura of coolness if the movie or the character doesn't fucking call for it. In every movie, he is trying to be Jamie Foxx.
I don't know. He's good in things. I love the movie Collateral. I thought his portrayal as Ray Charles was fantastic.
Yeah, like the thing is
I love his Ray Charles. I will say that because he wasn't being Jamie Foxx in a movie. He was somebody else.
Well, when I see what you're saying. That's how I feel about Terrence Howard.
Yeah,
because Terrence Howard is Terrence Howard in fucking everything he's in,
and he's also a bastard.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. What were you about to say, Jonathan? About Jamie Foxx?
Oh, I was like, he's like an actor like I don't really have a strong opinion on. Like I like him in the things I've seen him in. I haven't really seen much with him in it.
I also remember his days in Living Color.
Yeah, he was, that show was fucking hilarious.
I love In Living Color.
Yeah,
and the Jamie Foxx show.
Yeah. Like I remember, like the Jim Carrey boom of '94, and then my uncle was like, "Oh yeah, he was in a show from back in the day," and that's when I was introduced to In Living Color. I was like, "Holy shit!" Back when he was James Carrey.
Mm-hmm. I watched that show as a very young kid because my parents didn't care.
Samesies.
So like that's where I discovered Damon Wayans and David Alan Grier, who I love, and that's why I watched Blank Man when it came out in theaters.
Oh God, I fucking love Blank Man.
I have a Blank Man shirt that my friend Emilio gave me for my birthday, and it's just him on the front in his suit. Says, "I need to speak to the commissioner." Like I fucking love Blank Man.
Oh, is that on Blu-ray? Because it needs to be. Is that not a Criterion collection yet? What the fuck?
Yeah, it should
people?
Be.
The entirety of In Living Color.
No, Blank Man.
Blank Man. Have you never seen Blank Man?
I've never seen Blank. I do not know what y'all are talking about.
Jonathan, I thought you had the ear to the Criterion Collection Committee.
They still haven't responded to my tweet about getting a Criterion edition of Ready to Rumble.
All right, look, we might have like my birthday episode. There's like 3 or 4 things that I want to put on there for us to watch, and Blank Man might be in the lead now.
I mean, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but if
it would also be Cannon's birthday if he watches that movie.
No, like watch whatever. But oh my God, I have not seen Blank Man in a fucking eternity.
I watched it a year and a half ago.
Oh man, I love that movie.
I did a back-to-back with that and Major Payne.
Oh, I love Major Payne.
That's a good movie.
Major Payne's great.
I mean, it's not a good movie.
Yes, it is.
I love it.
One of the first movies I saw multiple times in theaters.
No.
Oh my God, I was an ROTC kid.
That finger part still gets me.
You want to show me a little trick, take that mind off that pain?
But fuck, where were we? National Treasure?
Yeah,
what?
yeah. I'm like, like while y'all were talking, I was trying to like
back and forth adventure. They go under a crypt.
Oh, yeah. The last thing I remember was
Shaw
they're going to
dies.
get Ben Franklin's X-ray glasses.
Right. They get the specs.
They get the Wild Wild West 3D glasses.
That Ben Franklin totally didn't invent so he can look at titties because that man survived off of prostitutes and bread.
Yeah, he was an asshole too.
He was very horny.
Yeah.
How horny was he?
Like he's like evil on the horny.
He would
scale.
bathe naked with French ladies.
Yep.
Oh man, I forgot to mention earlier.
He
like,
had a lot of kids.
Like what the initial like Declaration heist, the chase scene, like the bad guys are in a food truck, and like every like bump and like turn they take, like every like kitchen utensil, it
Just starts
flying everywhere.
Apparently, they just actually just had a fully stocked food truck. Just like they were selling shit on the way to the venue.
That was the catering truck. They're just like, you know what? Fuck it, use it.
You know what's funny is that opening chase with them in the van and then the food truck reminded me of something out of Grand Theft Auto. It felt like a Grand Theft Auto chase to me.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, because somehow those vans and the food trucks were taking some tight ass turns.
Yeah,
that should not have been possible.
Also, the Nick Cage mobile, it was kind of bulletproof except for the glass.
Yeah, like bullets bounced off the side of the van, leaving no marks.
it was made out of the same material that was protecting the Declaration of Independence.
Clearly.
I love that he just used it as a shield. Even though it has like bulletproof glass, he just like pew pew like bouncing off like Wonder Woman's like gauntlets.
And like I believe this was after they find the glasses. There's a bit in the film where like Nick Cage is just casually strolling, and then a van passes, and like baddies are like tailing him, and then as soon as a van passes, he's fucking booked it. Like God, he's just like hauling ass down this sidewalk, and that was fucking hilarious. That gave me a huge chuckle.
And then he did all that hardcore parkour across the rooftops.
He's like jumping across.
It's like flipping over tombstones, getting shot at.
Yep. Proper action.
I don't know
shit.
what made me laugh when Nick Cage does the little dive over the tombstone. That made me chuckle.
It was like watching it again. Like I mean, like we said earlier, like this, it is an action movie. Also, like had to have been catered to like families. It's like this is the action movie you can go on a Sunday matinee with.
Yeah. This is a PG action movie by Disney.
It's like it's so action light. The more I think about it,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just like we went from like a Face Off where like you look at something and it explodes.
Yeah, and a shower of blood and brains.
It's like sparks everywhere.
And you just got Nick Cage doing like a over a tombstone.
It's a very like inoffensively like endangering film. Like like a little kid's probably not going to be upset by like the explosions or the noise or just like the depravity of a villain.
Honestly, this movie feels like tailor-made to be watched in like 5th period math class.
Yeah.
When the
Yeah,
teacher
very much
has
so.
nothing to do.
You know what, man? You don't have finals this week. Oh well, let's just watch a movie.
And it's going to be something like National Treasure.
Like this is what you watch in social studies when the teacher has a headache.
I can almost guarantee you I have seen National Treasure in a class at some point because I was
same
still
here.
in high school when this shit came out.
Because I think the first time I saw this movie was in a class.
Word.
Yeah.
Has big school
Thank
energy.
you, American education system.
Also, I didn't mention this earlier, but Justin Bartha, who plays Riley, I thought he was great in this movie.
Oh yeah, he's
He
excellent.
was just a fucking doofus. I mean, the smart doofus, but
Yeah, he and Cage had a terrific rapport.
yeah. And I feel like he might have had a lot of like carte blanche on some of his lines because some of those had to have been like off the cuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd think
Just the delivery.
yeah, he was very, very good. I'd love to see a spin-off show of him.
I did think it was funny how for a lot of it just kind of seemed like he's doing a good bit of the heavy lifting when it comes to like that he's doing like the nerd hacker shit. He's like breaking into like the vaults and all this, and Nick Cage just like waltzes his merry ass in. And one thing I was kind of surprised by for like what's more or less like a heist adventure film, the quote crew is like 3 people, and then like Geezer Dad shows up at the end to just like fuck around.
Yeah, usually it's a 5-man band.
And Riley was very much the audience POV character.
Yeah.
Like he was the one like, yeah, I don't know what I'm talking. I don't. They're just speaking Greek for some reason. You know,
And then anytime, like he said, like they need sciencey shit, everyone else can be the audience surrogate.
The layman.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were so many moments in this film that reminded me of other films. I know you're just gonna like see inspiration like everywhere and whatnot.
Yeah, there's no new stories anymore.
Like the fact that like the whole movie, Nick Cage Gates, he is just saying the whole time. He's basically saying without saying it belongs in a museum. Oh, that sounds familiar.
It really does.
And there was one scene that I never caught until tonight's viewing. Gave me just straight True Lies vibes. Like when he's in the party in the tuxedo and he's talking, you can hear Riley in the earpiece. He's like, "Get out of there, Romeo!" Like I'm sitting there, like digging in my Google search, looking for the True Lies fucking script because I'm pretty sure that damn it, what's his name? Tom Arnold said that to Arnold Schwarzenegger in that movie, in pretty much the same scene, just in a different scenario.
Might have. It's been forever since I've seen that movie.
Oh, True Lies is great.
It's been probably since I was a kid.
Man.
Since I've seen True Lies.
That might be on my short list on my birthday episode.
Yeah.
But
speaking of birthday episodes, next week
oh,
is our boy Pat's birthday.
It's my birthday.
It's Pat.
It's
Pat.
me. I'm the Pat.
Also, they find the treasure. Yay!
Oh yeah. They find the treasure after like going through like 3 empty treasure rooms, and then getting to the actual. See, that's
the time the rule of 3 sucks.
That's like the trope from earlier. Like it's a clue that leads to another clue, but this is like literally. Like, why is this movie 2 hours at this point?
Yeah.
You just went through 3 rooms with Jack and shit. Don't tell me it was to further the goddamn plot. It didn't have to be that long.
Honestly, it made me understand more how people feel when they watch Return of the King. How there's like 5 endings. Like if you've read the book, you're expecting, you know where this shit is done. You're expecting 5 endings. But people who had never read the book, they're getting there and it's like, okay, well, we're here now. Okay, vow to no one. Yeah, all right. Now, okay, now, yeah, boat ride, bye, Bilbo. Yeah, okay. Now no, he's leaving. Okay, that's kind of all right. Well, God damn it, when is this movie going to end?
But the thing is like that.
Not that I feel that way. I adore every second of it.
Yeah, which like that's one of the criticisms of Lord of the Rings. I'm just like. Well, because it's happened not only to be the end of this particular movie, but the end of the trilogy.
Yeah.
So there's so many things you're going to have to wrap up.
You just watch 12 hours. You can stand another 12 minutes. You bitch.
Yeah.
No, I get that. But this movie helped me understand a little bit more how people feel.
They could definitely had use of editing. It's almost just like they were mandated to be 2 hours, and then it's like, oh, shit, we got to like bring some shit out. Because when they get down into like the big spooky like cobweb bottomless pit room, and then they get into like the one tomb room, and then they push a button after they send Sean Bean on like a bullshit trip. They get into another room, they put a button in a socket, turn it in, they get to the actual treasure room.
Pipe from the opening action scene.
Yeah, like, oh, remember this gun you thought you forgot? Well, shooting blanks, buddy.
Like if this were a video game and you went into these 3 rooms and there weren't even like ammo for you to pick up, a health pickup or anything like that, wouldn't you be like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, I'd be pissed.
Especially if you're thinking of the end, because I was, if this would be like an action. Well, I would say to back up that on top of being kind of like a little long in the tooth at the end, even though the movie ends on a happy note, it feels kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah, well, it's because there's no like fight scene or anything. It's like, okay, well, we're Sean Bean, we're leaving, bye. And then, we got the treasure, yay! And now we're gonna have Sean Bean arrested, and he lives.
And then I think it's like the treasure survives. It's not like there's like a self-destruct sequence and all the treasure's gone except for like one little coin or something.
Yeah,
like literally all of it's still there.
Yeah. And they make a lot of money off of it.
They could have paid a lot more if Nick Cage wasn't a bitch.
Yeah.
Well, and also
he got that quality from his dad.
Yeah.
Also, he's talking about like giving it to these museums and shit. Like, bitch, they make more than enough money. You could end world hunger with that, and you're just not. Fuck you.
Because like it was estimated what all that was worth,
10
like
billion.
$10 billion.
With a B.
Yeah.
You can end world hunger right now.
Yeah, but this is a Disney movie. They don't care about that.
Oh, they don't.
It's like Disney.
Because if you're poor, fuck you.
Because like I am just imagining like Nick Cage going up to like a soup kitchen. It's like, I hear you need some money, and he just drops fucking King Tut's like sarcophagus at the desk.
Yeah.
Here you go, unfiltered gold bullion. Enjoy.
But overall, though, taking it face value, it's a good movie.
Yep.
It's just fun.
It's a fun time.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
And I will say, even though it ends like maybe in an anticlimactic way for an action movie, it still's, it subverts expectations in a way. It's like, oh, they got to save the goal. They got to give it away and further body blue. So like in a way, it's sort of unexpected, but I would say not in necessarily a bad way.
It's because it's not really an action movie. It's an adventure movie. And those end differently. They don't have to have a big shootout at the end. Like the whole point of it was, we found the treasure. Yay! There goes the bad guy wrapped up in a nice little bow. Okay, happy
Look
ending.
at that dumbass.
Yeah. I do like that Sean Bean survived this. And he also survived both Silent Hill movies, which is just hilarious to me.
There's a cockroach behind you.
Oh, God damn it.
I mean, it's not a spider this time, I will say that.
Cockroach, yeah.
Why does this shit always happen to
It's
us?
going towards you, Shimmy.
Oh, he's running away. Well, Justin's running away and the cockroach is running away.
Get the fucking mop.
You cussed me for getting the mop last time, and now you're like, get the mop now. Someone get the mop, see? Someone kill that damn thing.
Bullshit. I just can't work under these conditions.
Oh my God, I'm the only one in front of a mic right now.
It's a
Pat's
team
back.
effort. I went to go get the mop. Now Johnson's going to smush this big ass roach.
Oh, and it's down.
Did I get it?
I don't know. Is it
Coming right towards me.
Oh.
But it's on the floor. I'm going to stop.
Oh, okay.
It's the cockroach is barreling towards Jim and John at
Oh, God.
breakneck speed.
I can't see what's happening right now.
Nope.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh shit!
Oh my God.
This thing won't die.
Let it up and I'll stomp it.
Yeah,
There's
funnel it towards Jimmy so he can
Oh
smush
my
it.
God. Best episode ever. I'm going to say it again. Best episode ever. Just fucking.
Yeah, be sure to tune in next episode where fucking Mothra attacks or some shit.
Like, Jesus Christ.
God damn it. Okay.
Because now we're going to have to fight fucking Shelob.
Oh, I do want to say, like, I know we're probably not far from wrapping
Yeah,
up.
no, we've been going for hour 15. So
There was another another bit I thought was funny. I just wanted to share it with the world. And, okay, it was early in the movie. In fact, it was when, the very beginning, when they were in the snow on the ship. Sean Bean's character is just like, the Knights Templar is the treasure of all treasures. And I'm just, calling bullshit right then and there, because why was there a sequel?
because in the sequel they looked at his family history.
You shut your hole.
Okay.
And
My point was valid.
And
My
there's
point
a
was
book of
valid.
secrets.
Yeah.
that
About
they
his
find.
family history.
I
yeah.
mean, I know we'll get to that one eventually, but I will say
Yeah, it's gonna
I
be a
did
while.
not enjoy that one that much.
I've not seen it.
It's not great.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be, but it's not great.
Could you imagine what if Ed Harris's character in that movie just, I mean, I know like it wouldn't work in the case of like who the person was actually playing in the film, but just for some batshit bananas reason, John Travolta.
I mean, that'd have been fun. That'd have been more fun.
Even age up a John Travolta, why not?
Yeah. Anyway, the point is, cockroaches are the goddamn devil. Spiders are also the goddamn devil.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've low key been just like looking around the whole show.
Oh, you know, while you
Just
were
like-
taking a shit before we started, I did a spider check.
Oh yeah, I had to take a pregame dumpers there, bud.
Whatever attacks us next week is also the goddamn devil. Just preemptively. Next week, though, real quick, we'll talk about next week before we wrap it up and say goodnight. As we said, it is Pat's birthday.
Yay!
Yay!
I'm
So,
super excited.
And I can't wait to get all your gifts.
Yeah. Well, you already got mine. So
I was talking to the audience.
Right. The audience,
All of you
for
better
Pat's
give him a
gifts,
fucking good.
make sure that you go buy yourself something nice at tpublic.com/user/cagey
Don't do that shit.
What if Pat just gets a bunch of fucking TeePublic bags in the mailbox and it's just all the same shirt? Don't do that, people who listen to the show.
Yes, also, definitely don't do that. Don't send him the one with his face on it.
Yeah. Definitely don't send him a straight shooting shirt. Don't make it a medium either.
Right.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't. Absolutely
Under
don't
no
do
Make it
that.
extra small.
Don't. I don't think Pat can wear an extra small.
I got an extra small once, and I look like I stole a child's shirt.
Medium is correct, right?
Adult small to medium.
Okay.
I have an extra small shirt that I use as a bandana. Because it's not going to fit anywhere else. Anyway, so yeah, it's his birthday, so that means we'll be doing a special episode.
And still no hints as to what it is. It's just a TBT.
TBD for you and for me.
Oh, okay. So you haven't figured it out
mystery.
yet.
I mean, if y'all have short lists, so do I.
Evolution is a mystery.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, it'll be a special Uncaged episode of Pat's choosing. So it may very well be a lot more dumb, random bullshit. We don't know. We'll see.
Well, if it's going to be an Uncaged, then you're guaranteed that.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so that's National Treasure. I think we did pretty well in terms of staying on the movie. Probably about 40%.
Yeah.
I would say 50.
Yeah.
I mean, like I say, like you said before we even hit record, we knew going in it was probably not going to have a lot to say about it. But at the same token, I feel like we said a lot about it.
Yeah, no, it's like Raising Arizona. It's just one of those really good, inoffensive movies that like we can sit here and tell you, oh yeah, this part was neat, and this part was neat, and this part was neat. But if you've seen it, you already know those parts are neat. So there's not much to say about it.
But the movie's so good that it warrants no conversation.
Also, speaking of future episodes, Pat brought this to my attention. We do have a Travolting development coming soon. Do I need to pick one?
Let me see.
I didn't know if we had one for that.
Yes, Travolting. From now on, Travolting development will be your pick.
All right, word. I got it.
Actually, next week we're going to be doing, just as a preview for the month of July for everybody, all like 28, 29 of you listening. July 15th is when we're recording, so the following Thursday. Next Thursday's episode will be Pat's Uncaged birthday episode.
Yeah.
The following week we'll be doing Mom and Dad, which is one of my favorites.
Nice.
Excellent film with what's her face, and then also that one guy, and then someone else, and also Nicolas Cage.
Yes. Yep. Nicolas Cage.
All those vague names.
Yeah. And then for the final week we'll be filming or recording in July. So it'll be the first one of August, if my math works out. That'll be Travolting Development, which will be your pick.
All right.
And then it better be Michael, goddammit.
I mean, I would be surprised if it's Cannon's pick. He gets to pick what
you
we
want it to be Michael?
No, I was.
Hey, you can't load those dice.
It might be Michael.
It might be Michael.
My only request
it's probably not going to be Michael.
My only request is not Grease.
I can't make that promise.
I'm just saying that's my request. Because
you're saying like hypothetically, if I were to pick Grease, you would not want to be a part of that.
Oh no, I'll still be a part of it. I'm just asking you, like nicely. Please don't make it Grease this time.
Don't make it Grease. Well, you see, the thing about refresh my memory. What was before Face Off in Travolting Development?
We've done
Broken Arrow. So that was a good one.
Yeah, Fanatic, Broken Arrow, and then Face Off.
Like I know, like my heart is telling me to pick a quote unquote bad one. Yeah. But at the same token, I kind of want to pick a good one too. So well, you could do Phenomenon. That one was a bit of both. You know what? I love that movie. Actually,
I haven't seen it since I was like 12. I remember thinking it was kind of dumb.
I don't know why. Like little me watched it all the fucking time because stars east, stars west. I just play the shit over and over again, and I remember really enjoying it. And you know what? That just made it to the short list.
And Pulp Fiction's also an option. If we want to keep shitting on Tarantino.
Pulp Fiction is also an option. I mean, if we're talking about good ones, I forget Get Shorty's a thing.
It is.
I even guilty pleasure, what have you. I don't care. I enjoy it. Be Cool. It was dumb, but
it could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a lot worse. Yes.
And we could hate ourselves and watch Gotti.
I'm gonna make y'all watch Be Cool first, and then we'll do Get Shorty, just to confuse the shit out of it.
So the point is, there's a lot of stuff coming your way.
I can throw the Punisher at you.
You could throw the oh god, that'd be fun.
That's gonna be like your birthday, like birthday / birthday month.
Now, like my actual episode, I'm just like, oh my god, like that's the one I'm like stressing hard over, and that's still months away.
Yeah,
like I am just like sweating in bed thinking about what episode I'm gonna do.
The thing that keeps him up at night.
Yeah, that's what's making me sweat, not the goddamn heat.
Right, it's hot.
Yeah, because it's not like we live in the middle of fucking Southeast or anything.
So anyway,
Urban Cowboy. Oh my god. So there's a lot of potential coming your way, listeners. But for now, we're going to go ahead, since we are getting to that point in the recording process where everything might crash if we don't take a break or stop. Shit. We are going to go ahead and say goodnight. Yes. So thank you all for listening. We hope that was enough movie content for you, E-Bob. If it wasn't, too fucking bad. But thank you for buying our shirt.
Just like explicitly naming this
like,
one
hey,
person.
Man.
Yeah, dox them.
And of course, our normal shout outs to friend of the show, Joe, and Postman Frank. And I think UPS driver Justin still listening. I don't know. Hadn't talked to him in a while. I need to. I like that guy. He's a good dude. I've known him for years. Anyway, thank you everybody for listening, especially if you're new from the Magic City Con where cards were dropped off by the All You Can Hear podcast.
Hold on.
So real quick, everybody, let's just tell the people where they can find you, John. What's your stuff? What you got? Don't fuck up your Twitter.
Don't let them intimidate you.
See, my name is Jonathan. You can follow me on Twitter at JONIIBOI24 and John 12 on Letterboxd. Fuck you.
We'll get him one day.
No, you already got me one.
Yeah, we'll get you again.
See, I was waiting for it because like I made a point to like just not even look. And if you said fuck y'all, I was going to be like, hey, hey.
Pat, how about you?
Oh, yes. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at John Lost His Name. My art on Facebook at John Lost His Name art. And why don't you go ahead, while you're online, check out the AYC8 side of things, where if you listen to this episode the week it comes out, on Monday, we release episode 218, where Jonathan leads us in a discussion of the politics of the VeggieTales character.
I did that.
I'm terrified for this
I cannot
episode.
fucking wait to listen to that. It's going to be a hate and a
I
holler.
apologize in advance for anyone I may offend.
Yeah, that episode, we were in rare form. It was a hoot and a holler, and please check that out. It was a lot of fun.
Cannon.
I am That Cannon Guy. You can find me at That Cannon Guy on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. And if I know how letters work, that's THATCANNONGUY at those things.
I'm glad you didn't misspell your own handle.
I thought I was gonna. Like, I was nervous. I knew how to spell it.
Like when the spotlight's on you and you're just like,
I'm still shook on the stank you put on the fuck you. That was great.
He bowed up and everything.
That was awesome.
He's pretty grumpy.
I'm proud. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm no longer intimidated.
And I'm, of course, Justin. You can find me at Captain Chimmy's Kinda Art, Captain Chimmy's Almost Music. Anywhere you see Captain Chimmy, that's probably me. You can also find me at the comic strip over in Tuscaloosa, where if you want some comics, I'll sell you some comics. We got comics. And you'll also find me here on Caging Greatness, or all our social media at Caging Greatness, or in the case of Facebook, at Cage Greatness Podcast, I think it is, because they don't like the word caging on Facebook. I don't know why that is. It's weird, isn't it? Yeah, like it wasn't an acceptable word. So I don't remember which. Just search Caging Greatness Podcast. It'll come up.
Yeah, it should pop up somewhere.
Yeah, no, you'll find it. But again, as always, thank you for listening. And remember that Thomas Jefferson is a giant piece of shit, just like Jon Voight and Amber Heard and H.P. Lovecraft and Richard Stanley. A lot of people that have been in these movies that we've watched. But most importantly, never let anyone cage your greatness.
National Treasure and West Wing are in the same universe, and I will not stand by to hear otherwise.
I shitted on the Declaration of Independence.
God, why
So, Jonathan, what about my cornbread pussy bet?
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
How absurd.
Why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box?